Outsourcing tends to have a bad reputation as being low quality. Partner Hero's value-based approach raises the bar for the outsourcing industry by investing in employee empowerment and career growth, paying above-market salaries, and maintaining a focus on quality and performance. They're more than a service provider. They're also a thought partner for the startups they serve. It's simple. Brands that care about quality customer experience choose Partner Hero. They offer flexible terms and the ability to scale quickly, perfect for startups, with quality assurance baked into every program and offices around the world. So Partner Hero can provide truly global coverage. Outsourcing has long been available mainly to big businesses, but Partner Hero is challenging business as usual by bringing the benefits of outsourcing to businesses of all sizes with short, flexible contracts and fast ramp-up times. 10 years ago, when we were launching the Action Catalyst, we could have used a few extra hands to help us scale quickly, even if it was just for a short while. You can bet that with their expertise, fast onboarding, and core focus on quality, Partner Hero would have had our attention. If you're ready to bring in outside customer support help for your startup that feels like it's a part of an existing team, check out Partner Hero. Head over to partnerhero.com/Action Catalyst to book a free consultation with our solutions team. Mention you heard about Partner Hero from the Action Catalyst, and they'll even waive the setup fee. Now, onto the show.
From Nashville, Tennessee, Southwestern Family of Companies welcomes you to the Action Catalyst. Each week, we share insights and inspiration from movers and shakers in the world of business. Our goal is to help you increase your self-discipline, overcome procrastination, and help you to take action on all the things that really matter.
LinkedIn. What a powerful networking tool, my friends. And that is what today's show is all about. It is how to use LinkedIn to generate sales, grow revenues, do business development, how to use LinkedIn to grow your business. And I got one of the world's best experts on LinkedIn. And then after our interview, I'm going to share with you some of my favorite LinkedIn techniques or tips or like checklists for how to use it to generate warm leads. It's a way to create warm leads for your business that you still requires sales, but it's warm sales, it's building relationships and doing all that kind of fun stuff. So should be a fun episode. I think you'll enjoy it. It is a great way to finish off the year. If you're listening to this live as it comes out, this is the last episode of 2016, but don't worry, we will be back strong in 2017 with the show again every single week. And I just want to thank you for an amazing year for tuning in. And we have nothing but a big fireworks bang to send you out with and get you ready for next year. So I hope you had a very Merry Christmas and enjoy the final episode of 2016 on LinkedIn with John Nemo.
This episode is sponsored by Southwestern Coaching. Southwestern Coaching has helped over 11,000 people increase their incomes by over 25% on average. As a successful salesperson, you know the importance of increasing your sales, but sometimes you might just need a little extra push and accountability to meet your goals and grow your business. Southwestern Coaching will help you increase your income through one-on-one sales and leadership coaching tailored specifically to your needs. Together, we will elevate sales. To schedule your free one-on-one business action planning session with a Southwestern coach, go to www.southwesternconsulting.com/action catalyst.
My friends, I have found Nemo. John Nemo is who I have found, and he is my new friend, and I am pretty sure you're going to want to be his friend too after you hear this, because I don't care what his bio says. What I would call John Nemo is a LinkedIn ninja. That's what the term I would say. Ninja. You're at ninja level, John.
Oh, I love it.
And he is a LinkedIn trainer and exclusively focuses on using LinkedIn to grow business and speaks about LinkedIn. Is the author of a book called LinkedIn Riches. And I actually got a chance to go through his course and learn some stuff about LinkedIn that I had never seen. And I was like, hey, we got to bring you on the show, man, because we got a bunch of salespeople that listen to this and business owners who need to grow. And so anyways, welcome to the show, man.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
So, I didn't first of all, let's talk about the person who is listening and they're going, oh, really, LinkedIn? Like, I don't want to learn LinkedIn. Like the person who has written off LinkedIn, that has said, that's just one of those crazy social media tools. Like, I don't have time. I don't have time for that. If that person has that mindset, like, what would you say to that person?
Yeah, that's a great question. And that's so common. Everyone I meet and talk to when I do trainings and speaking is, yeah, I'm on LinkedIn. I set up an account, but I never really use it. I don't get it. Like, what's the point? And so the analogy I give them is this. So if you walked into a conference, a trade show, something like that, if you walked in and there were 1,000 people right on the exhibition floor, and in one corner, you saw a bunch of people wearing bright red t-shirts, and on the front of the t-shirt, it said healthcare CEO, right? And then another corner, you saw a bunch of people in bright blue t-shirts, and it said VP Finance located in Nashville, Tennessee. And if you went to a different corner and everyone was wearing a bright green t-shirt and it said HR Director, New York City, industry type, agriculture, right? I mean, think about that as a salesperson, a business owner, an entrepreneur. How great would that be, right? If you could actually like have this X-ray vision to see your exact prospects when you walk into a room. That's what LinkedIn does, right? That's really, LinkedIn is the electronic version of your, can't live without assistant. It's a virtual assistant that really helps you as a business owner, a salesperson, whoever, do one-on-one personalized marketing, taking those conversations at trade shows and dinners and coffee meetups and putting them on steroids, putting them at, warp speed. And what I mean by this is simple. LinkedIn has almost 500 million members, 200 countries around the world. 2 new members join that network every single second. All of them are there in business mode. They're not there to look at cat videos. They're there to do business. So when you connect and engage with people on LinkedIn, they're looking for a vendor, a product, a service, news about their industry, training. And so they're in work mode. And the other big thing about LinkedIn, this is where kind of some light bulbs hopefully will go off, is they know everything about all of us, right? They're big brother. We filled out a profile and told LinkedIn, here's where I live, here's where I work, here's where I went to college, here are my hobbies, here's what I'm interested in, here's what I want to know more about. So when I reverse engineer that and look at your profile, I instantly know, oh, here's 4 or 5 icebreakers. I can see he lives here. He went to college there. Wonder if he still follows the sports team, from the school he went to. Noticed he's interested in sailing. I can put that in a message. It's just a simple, fast, efficient way to do one-on-one personalized marketing to your exact target audience.
Well, just, FYI, hashtag not a sailing enthusiast here. I have some friends that are. I typically try to stay away from anything that is dangerous or where there is a chance where you could die or go overboard. So
it's probably good advice. Yeah,
you won't see that. You won't see that in my LinkedIn connection. But that leads me to a good question: is at the most basic level. I do want to get into some of the ninja stuff, but a lot of what you were teaching, the brilliant, it's like anything, it's being brilliant at the basics. And so while you won't see sailing on my profile, what are some of the things that you should have on your profile? Like, what are the core elements that you go like, okay, if you're going to have a profile on LinkedIn, make sure that it has this, and give us the basics, and then maybe give us one, give us the ninja technique about the streaming video that you showed us.
Yeah. So a lot of good stuff. So let's start with your profile. The mistake that over 99% of people, and that's my accurate term, not that I've looked at all 500 million profiles, but I'm going with it from what I've seen. Almost every LinkedIn profile makes the same key mistake. And that is this. It reads like a resume. It's written in the third person. It talks about where you've worked and what you've accomplished and what you've done. And LinkedIn trained us to do that, right? When we first saw this network emerge, it really was a quote unquote job site for HR people and job seekers. Now, over the last decade plus, it's evolved into something much better and much bigger. But so many of us still have these old outdated profiles that are written like a resume. So the number one thing you need to do right away is create what I call a client-facing profile. And what I mean by that is flipping it backward and making your profile all about the audiences you serve, the services you provide, the results you get, how you help others achieve their goals, right? One of my favorite things, from Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People, one of my cornerstone books that has helped me in my career was he said right away, like, your customers, your clients, they don't care about you. They don't care where you went to college and what awards you've won. They care about themselves morning, noon, and after dinner. So let's put this into a real life example. If your profile says, sales director, company name, blah, 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 like, so what? What do I care? I don't know the company. You do sales. I don't want to talk to you. What if it says instead, IT consulting solutions, software development solutions, IT, strategy for small businesses. If your LinkedIn headline said that, and oh, by the way, I have an IT company, I'm interested in you. What kind of solutions do you have? What kind of help can you?
I make IT easy. Like I make IT easy for you. And it's like, now I care.
Yeah, now you care. And then the one sentence I always teach people inside my training, the first sentence of your LinkedIn summary should say this: what I do. And I put that in all capital letters because this is a little ninja trick. Right now, LinkedIn doesn't let you format text on your summary page. You can't bold or italicize. So write in all caps to catch their attention: what I do. And then you fill in the blanks for this sentence: I help, and then you put in your target audiences, achieve their goals by providing my product or service, right? So what you basically say, let's say you sell software to hospitals, right? Billing software. I help hospitals and healthcare facilities across the United States. And then what's their goal? Improve their billing and collection process by providing cutting edge, hospital-based billing software and collection services or something like that, right? They read that as the client and go, oh, well, that could help me.
Say that again. You said, I help, then you insert audience.
I help target audience. You should, and this is a key thing, a little nugget here. On LinkedIn, really the riches are in the niches. So I want you to identify a few different target audiences to go after. And we can get into my backstory and how I did that and why it matters. But
we don't care about you.
No, that's good. You shouldn't either.
We only care about what we can learn from you today.
I love it.
We're not interested.
I got to walk my talk, baby. What I do, I help. And then you insert your target audiences that you want to sell to. I help target audiences achieve. Then you put in their goals. Goals. What do they want as an end result? What's their pain point they need solved? I help this audience achieve their goals by providing what's your service, what's your product, high-end coaching, whatever it is, right?
By providing, and then insert service or product.
Yes, and it's so simple. And I have a whole template that walks through this, right? Because think about how we scan and read online, what I do, who I work with, what others say, results. If you have little sections, little headers like that, you can instantly have a client-facing summary, right? Here's who I work with. Here's what the testimonials are. Services I provide. List out the bullets of services. Boom, boom, boom. Nowhere in there is it talking about me or my company or my awards. It's talking about, here's how I can help you achieve your goal.
Awesome.
And flip that around and all of a sudden you're in business.
You know what I want? The only thing I would change to that is I want to, and you're the expert here, but based on what you're saying, is I want to change and say what I do for you. Yeah. In all caps, and then read that. I help insert target audience achieve, insert their goals by providing, insert their thing, and then maybe like a CTA of some type or something. That and now you mentioned, John, you said you have a template for this, and I know there's a way that people can get that from you. How do they get that template? Yeah,
if you go to linkedinriches.com, I will have a link to the template there, a free copy of my book, all kinds of stuff. The template is in the book. It's a very simple template. So definitely just go to linkedinriches.com. I'll make sure it's right there on the front for you. Go ahead.
So just to keep rocking, so on terms of what your profile needs, and we'll put a link to linkedinriches.com in the show notes, but you have, there was a thing that you showed me about using your updates. So if you follow the template, just follow the template, write out your profile, but then you talk about using updates, and why should we use updates? And then to talk about the video trick thing.
Little ninja mode. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So LinkedIn is very actively working to make their news feed relevant and helpful. And the reason you want to be sharing content on LinkedIn, whether it is a short status update, whether it's a longer form blog post, whatever, they index and sort and save every piece of content that's created and shared on that website. And then they index it like Google. So if you think of LinkedIn, it's like a big old search engine. Okay. You got 500 million members using it. They all type into search, I'm looking for sales coaching. Boom. The first thing that pops up is a blog or a talk, 3 ways to improve your sales with coaching or whatever it is, right? But LinkedIn is looking for these cues to provide useful stuff to their members. So when you go on LinkedIn and you do status updates, one of the ninja tricks I teach people is share something valuable, right? You can link to a landing page or a blog post or an ebook that's helpful. It's a call to action. It's a way to move people into a funnel. But you can also insert a video, a streaming video. So YouTube, Vimeo. And it's a little hard to explain on a podcast, but basically you write out the update. First, you paste in the link to your video that you want to share. So YouTube or Vimeo, just the video URL. Then right next to that link behind it, paste in your landing page. And what happens is you get 2-for-1 special. So when you publish that update on LinkedIn, it'll stream the video and you can delete the little video URL after you've pasted it in because it'll populate. And then what happens is someone's scrolling through the LinkedIn news feed and they see a video, just like we see with Facebook video and how popular that is. It auto streams on LinkedIn unless you as a user know to go in and turn that off in your settings, and nobody does. So they see a moving video, it stops the scroll, right? It makes their thumb pause. Then it has a video and a link to your landing page. Hey, they turn up the volume. Hey, if you're looking for more sales, et cetera, go download our free ebook here. The link's right below me. And you have a thing that says click here with the link. So you get in front of people, you use video to kind of, get their attention and build the trust and the know and the like. And then also they can click over and you get them off of LinkedIn, which is another key tip. Get them off of LinkedIn and get them onto your website, get them onto your telephone, get them onto your email list. So you're not relying on LinkedIn to do all your CRM.
Yes. And here's what's so awesome about that is, just a highlight is you're pasting a video into your feed. And what that does is it pulls in the preview of the video. So somebody who's scrolling through their feed, they're going to watch the video. But normally, if you just paste a video, then when they click that video, it's going to take them to YouTube or wherever that is. By doing it this way, where you paste the video, then paste the landing page you want them to go to, then delete the link of the video that you had just put in, it remembers and captures the video thumbnail and plays live.
Yes.
But then when they actually click on the video, it takes them wherever you want to take them. So really, you could take any video from anywhere on the web, have that streaming, but then when they click it, it would take them to wherever you wanted them to go. And then you would do, the normal kind of stuff to like capture their information or give them value or whatever.
That's just one of the, myriad of ways that you can reach people on LinkedIn.
Okay, so next question. People ask this all the time. I get a bunch of random invites, like from random people, and I'm like, I don't know who this dude is. It's like some guy, he sends an invite. Should we accept those or not?
Yes, you want to accept, and this is where LinkedIn has a little bit of schizophrenia. Like they will tell you out of one end of their mouth, only connect with people you know in real life, and only connect with people you see yourself working with and know personally. And then the other end, they're like, but update all your emails, upload your whole email book, and we'll invite everyone at once. Here's the deal. To be successful on LinkedIn from a sales perspective, from generating new business, you want to accept as many invites as you can get coming in. As long as it is not a direct spam account, that's obvious usually. The reason being, it's like that game people used to play, The 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, right? Where you name a movie that Kevin Bacon was in and then an actor connected to another actor who was in another movie. The more people you're connected to on LinkedIn, the bigger your reach, the bigger your platform, the more people see your updates, the more people find you. So the more people that I'm connected to who are then in turn connected to others, the more weight LinkedIn gives me. And I'm talking about surfacing your profile, surfacing your content.
So you're building relationships. You're paying attention to the people sending you invites, who are commenting on your news feed, who are commenting on your blog posts if you post blogs in Pulse, which is LinkedIn's blog thing.
Yes.
And then you're actually paying attention to the people who pay attention to you. What a novel idea.
Yeah. And they're pre-qualifying themselves. You're not cold calling and spamming because they're telling you, I'm interested in more of what you're doing, right? You have a whole thing called LinkedIn followers, which is people who can follow you but not connect to you, that you can then turn around and reach out and connect to. I've been doing this for the last few weeks, and it's amazing finding out, A, how they heard about me, but B, then they're hungry for more. Right? Oh, you're in this field? Well, I have an ebook for you. Oh, you're in that field? Well, then I have a webinar you'd be interested in. And they're warm leads because they're already warmed up to who I am and what I'm about. I've already earned some trust with my free content. It's very, very easy then to convert those connections into clients because it's not cold. They're warmed up. They're excited to hear from you. You can pick up the phone and call people and say, hey, you know what? I just loved your comment on my post. I know we're connected on LinkedIn. I have your number. I just thought I'd call you because that really meant a lot. And by the way, how are things going? And it's a warm call. That's not a cold call. They're excited.
That's so crazy. I mean, that's probably the biggest money-making idea as I reflect back on sitting through your course was just you pay attention to the people who pay attention to you and you follow. So because it's so weird, right? You would post something on LinkedIn and 5 people would comment it and like it. And 2 people would send you an invite to join their connection. And 3 people would then follow you on LinkedIn. And then 4 people would view your profile. And so here you have every day 15 new people who have expressed an interest in you. And what I do is I go, I don't have time for this. I'm going to ignore that person and I'm going to just, I'm just going to go find a random stranger to try to meet instead.
It's like someone knocking on your door and you don't open it, but you pick up the phone to call strangers. Like,
right.
It's brilliant. And there's all these different scripts that you can use and automation tools to save time. But the key element too is LinkedIn tells you who they are. So I can qualify you. If a CEO liked my post, I'm calling the guy. Right? Because he's my target market.
How do you get the phone number?
Well, you can do it a couple of different ways. If you're connected as a first degree connection.
Give us the best way.
Okay, then that's how. You click on their profile page and there's a button that says contact info and it'll drop down a little menu with personal email and phone number. Boom.
Now, and not a lot of people don't put their phone number.
Some people restrict it. So yeah, it's hit or miss. But you can also send one-on-one messages or, invites to connect. But the key is they're there and they're pre-qualified because you can see who they are, where they work, what they do. So you're not wasting time on a student in Portugal versus a CEO in New York. You know what I mean?
Right. And you could call. You have their company and you have their name, so you could call the front office at a company and you could find it. Do you get to see more phone numbers if you have the paid version of LinkedIn?
I can't say phone numbers for sure, but you get way better analytics. And what I mean by that is if you have a premium subscription to LinkedIn, so Sales Navigator is kind of the top one for salespeople. It gives you so much detail on who's looking at you, who's interested in you, what do you want to know about them. You get way more detail on that on the back end of warm leads, and you also get way more detail on when you go out prospecting for cold leads, where you can go in and search and see. Oh, okay, this is where this guy lives and where he went to college, and I can find out more and send him a very personal, warm invite. You do get a lot more analytics. I'm not sure about the phone numbers. There may be some of that with second level. Some people put it in their profiles and are very public about it. It really just depends. But like you said, in today's world, I can Google the company name, call the office, and ask for Joe. It's not going to be rocket science if they're a really good prospect to track them down. And the key is you have context for an introduction, context for a conversation. This is not out of the blue. And you'll be amazed at the surprise and delight factor when someone just liked your post or whatever, you get a notification and talk to them. They're excited. They're warmed up. They're still in your world. And that's how you get these quick wins, these quick deals on LinkedIn.
I mean, yeah, it's like Google would help you find companies, but it's like LinkedIn helps you find people in those companies and tells you everything about them. And I ended up doing the paid version after, listen to you talk and do that thing. And I don't remember, it's like $500 for the year?
Yeah, it's right? Like 60 or 70 bucks a month, or I think you can get like a yearly for $500 or $600.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth it. People always ask, should I do a free or a paid account? I always say paid, because you're going to get so much more information on your prospects. And really where the magic is made on LinkedIn is the analytics, meaning who's interested in me, I want to know. And that's with those paid subscriptions, you get that info, the name, the face, the company name, the exact button to click to talk to them. And then you can really run at scale, quick one-on-one conversations. This is the equivalent of, everyone who likes an email you write, you call and can talk to at once, right? I mean, it's an amazing tool to really utilize, again, one-on-one personalized marketing.
Right. But you don't have to have the paid version. I mean, if you're brand new, just starting out, it's like you can do a lot of this on the free version, but the searches return more results and things. And it's like, you're going to make your money back. If you're in any type of commission-based sales, or if you're, doing any business development for your business, it's like, you're going to make your $500 back.
Yeah. I tell you what, I mean, you will be blown away. I have so many stories I tell. Can I tell you the Send It in Jerome story?
Sure.
Okay. So here's a perfect example. Back when I was just starting on LinkedIn, I was prospecting. I wanted to sell marketing services, and I found a guy that the only thing I could see from his profile was that he went to the University of Pittsburgh in the 1980s. And okay, so then I referenced as the sales guy, and he goes, well, that's an icebreaker. I can talk about that when I invite and connect. And so I sent him a message, and I'm a big sports fan. So I remembered the University of Pittsburgh. What do I know about them in the mid 80s? Oh, they had a great basketball team. And there was this famous play where one of their players went up and tried to dunk the ball, and the whole glass backboard shattered, and the announcer screamed, "Send it in, Jerome!" Like it was this big, memorable sports moment from the time when he was at that college. So I sent him an invite, and hey, would love to connect. I see you went to the University of Pittsburgh. Do you remember Send It in, Jerome? Right? Thinking, okay, let's start it off on the right foot. I kid you not, he writes me back within 30 seconds. I was at the game. Well, I can't believe it. And all of a sudden in the background, I'm hearing the song Glory Days by Bruce Springsteen, right? He's back in college. That was Pitt. He was in the student section. The guy dunked the ball and the glass exploded and everyone went crazy. And then what happened was, then I followed up with a message that said, oh, then you're going to love this. And I just Googled the YouTube video. Just Google Send It in Jerome. It's the first result. And then I sent him the video of the play. And he's like, I brought back all the memories. Keep in mind, this all happened within 90 seconds, right? Next thing you know, he had gone and looked at my profile out of curiosity. Who's this guy sending me such a fun personal invite? My profile was client facing, right? I serve these audiences. I provide these types of marketing services. So he then writes back and says, hey, I looked at your profile. You look like exactly what we've been searching for. You serve our specific type of businesses with those types of services. Let's have a call tomorrow. We're putting out bids. I got a $10,000 contract the next day on the spot from that guy. And that was from Send It in Jerome. And when I was auditing my clients later that year, asking people what kept won your business and all these things. And he goes, dude, it was Send It in Jerome. That was like such a fun relationship to start with, and I was known around the office as the Send It in Jerome guy, and I had this hook attached to me. And yes, of course, I delivered great services and products to the guy, but that was my personal attachment to him. And I want to bring up this quote before I forget. This is another one from Dale Carnegie. He says, think about this as it applies to LinkedIn and those personal touches. He said, 15% of your financial success is due to your technical knowledge. And then Carnegie says, 85% of your financial success is due to your skill in human engineering. All right. Your personality, your ability to connect with and lead people. 85% of your success is human engineering relationships. So take that principle, use it on LinkedIn, and you're going to do really, really well.
I love it. John Nemo is who we've been talking to. John, where do you want people to go to connect with you other than LinkedIn, obviously?
LinkedInriches.com is my main website. If you go there, LinkedInriches.com, I'll give you a free copy of my book, either as an audio book or a Kindle version. You can download it, jump into my world, get some more strategy, get that template we talked about. And I would love to talk and connect on LinkedIn. Obviously, I'm there. So, don't be afraid to find Nemo.
Finding Nemo. Well, my friends, hopefully you enjoyed this. Stay tuned. I'm going to share some of my other highlights that I learned from John and some of my other favorite LinkedIn tips. And John, brother, we appreciate you. Thank you for your enthusiasm. And my brother, keep helping people and changing lives.
Thank you so much.
LinkedIn. There it is. Some ideas from John Nemo about how to use LinkedIn to generate leads for your business. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to just take my sort of 5 favorite tips, some of them from John, some of them that we talk about and teach to our clients, and really just tell you exactly what to do. These are kind of like the 5 action steps to start making money from LinkedIn. And when we're working with a coaching client, we help them actually tailor all this stuff and write it out and get it executed and work with, you might need an assistant to do some of this to help you. But these are like the 5 things that will, generate leads and referrals for you. Because the way I think of LinkedIn, there's a couple things. One, it's just a virtual Rolodex, but it's like having complete access to somebody's entire virtual Rolodex 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's like, somebody handing you their cell phone and saying, who would you like to be introduced to? And here's not only their phone number, but everything to know about them. I mean, LinkedIn is it is a gold mine. It's the referral gold mine. It is just an endless referral source, and you can never run out of warm people to talk to and have warm things to say about them. So I'm a big believer, and here's sort of 5 things to do to mine the gold out of LinkedIn. So number 1 is straight from John's mouth, is have a client-facing profile. Have a client-facing profile. I mean, that should be your whole web presence in general. And again, this isn't me telling you like that we've got it figured out. This is something that we're learning, and now we're in the middle of executing it, because every website, every profile you read is always about, here's who I am, here's what I do, here's the awards, here's why I'm awesome, me. And it's like people just don't care. They just don't have time, right? It's not like they don't care. It's just they don't have time to deal with that. What they want to know is, can you help them? Like, can you help me? Can you help solve my problem? Can you help me grow my business? And so I love his little prescriptive formula there about what I do for you. And you say, I help blank, insert your target audience, to accomplish blank, insert their key goals, by, and then insert your service. I help blank to do blank by blank. And that's how you tell people what you do. And then just talking about the clients that you've helped and the results that your clients have experienced and the kinds of transformations that you provide for the people you work with, not awards and background about you. So client-facing profile, number 1. Number 2, again, this is from John, but I want to highlight and add to it a little bit, is to accept new invites. But what I would encourage you to do is to reply to all new invites with a message that somehow provides a value add, right? Doesn't have to be, anything crazy, but you just have a standard message that when someone sends you an invite, you say, oh, hey, I thought you might like this. Now, if you're in any involved in any type of digital marketing for your business, hopefully you have some, or you should have some. If not, that's another division that's another part of what we do at Southwestern Consulting is we have a coaching program just on digital marketing, helping you kind of build lead magnets and opt-in forms and, maximizing and leveraging social media to generate leads. But one of the things that we would encourage you to do is respond to every invite with a thank you and, hey, I thought you might like this. And then you give something that is of value, whether it's, whatever. It could be a free ebook, or check out this free video, or a free white paper download, or a free checklist or something. And then, you kind of capture that person's information, and now you have them moved over from LinkedIn into your database. And even if you're not giving away something or you don't have something to give away, just respond with a message, right? Don't just accept it and don't say anything. Respond and open the conversation, because that's what you want to do. That's what selling is, right? Is having conversations with people. That's all selling is finding people who are interested in what you're doing and having a conversation with them. And so that leads me right to number 3, which is to pay attention to the people who pay attention to you. Pay attention to the people who pay attention to you. So what does that mean? Okay, well, we just talked about the obvious group, which is people who are sending you invites. But then also, if you go to LinkedIn, on the right side, when you're looking at your profile, there's a little button that says, who has viewed your profile? And when you click that, it'll pull up everybody who has looked at your profile. So those are people who somehow they heard about you, or they were interested in you, or, there was something in your profile that drew them to you. And so they're checking you out. They're trying to see, what are you all about? So connect with those people. Send them an invite and say, hey, saw you were checking out my profile. How did you hear about me? Would love to connect. And then when they'll accept it, and now you're into a conversation with them. So it's like you've taken somebody that, it's a lot easier to strike up a conversation that way than just with a complete random stranger, right? This is someone who is paying attention to you. So look at people who have viewed your profile. The other one is look at people who have commented or liked one of your posts. So in LinkedIn, you can post your blogs in Pulse. It's called LinkedIn Pulse. So that's one of the things we just started doing. But on LinkedIn, when somebody comments, I can click and it takes me to their profile. I know everything about them, who they are, where they work, what they do. But even if you're not blogging on Pulse, if you're just posting updates, like check out this article. And if you don't know what to post, send them my stuff, right? Like send them stuff from Southwestern Consulting, send them stuff from Fortune or Forbes, like have articles and things that you're subscribed to that's value added information, and just say, oh man, really love this article from whatever, all the stuff that I write about, or anybody from our team at Southwestern Consulting, or just find stuff online like Forbes and Inc. and Entrepreneur Magazine, all that kind of stuff. Because then when people, even if you didn't write it, you get the credibility by sharing it, of being the thought leader. And so when someone likes or comments on that, engage with those people. Pay attention to the people who pay attention to you. They have initiated the conversation with you. They're saying, I'm interested in this. And what an easy way to open the door. And maybe you can't sell something to everybody, but everybody is a referral source, right? Everybody is a referral partner. So there's just, everywhere I look, I just see warm leads everywhere. I mean, they're just all around us in the world today. And so just pay attention to the people who are engaging with you or who pay attention to you. So that's number 3. Number 4 is what we call the search and sweep technique. The search and sweep technique. That is just using on LinkedIn, at the top of every single page, there's a search bar. Well, next to that search bar is a button that says advanced. And when you click on advanced, I'm looking at it right here, right now. When you click advanced, it pulls up a tool that you can say, show me everyone who is a vice president of sales. Show me everyone who's a CEO. Show me everybody who is a director of marketing. Show me everybody who's a procurement manager. Show me everybody, like you can put in any job title. And then you can narrow it by location. You can put in any zip code, and LinkedIn will automatically, instantly, and for free go out, search 500 million profiles that are on LinkedIn, and return back to you a list of your perfect prospect, the person who is the key decision maker or who has the same title of all the people you're trying to reach, and it will just list thousands of them. Now, in the free version, you will only be able to access the first 100, but if you have the paid version, then you can see all of the results, which is incredible, right? It's like you just purchased a list, not of just random companies and phone numbers, but of specific people who have specific job descriptions at specific companies in a specific geographic region. And not only that, under each of those connections, it will tell you, you'll see the person's name, and then it will say like 44 shared connections. So it will tell you all the people that you know that also knows that person. That's what it will do. It will tell you who you have in common, which is an easy conversation opener, right? I mean, that's the best conversation opener is who are people that you both know. And so you look at this list and then you start looking up these people and contacting them, right? So a lot of times, as John mentioned, if you go to their profile, there's a button under their profile that says contact info. You'll be amazed at how many of them have their phone number just listed right there. You can just call the person. It's insane how easy this is. Now, sometimes they won't have a phone number. They'll just have a Twitter handle. Okay, well, you can tweet at them and you can get into a conversation with them that way. Or sometimes they'll have a website link, right? And so you can click on their website and then there's a phone number on their website. Or at worst case scenario, they're going to tell you the company they work for. You're going to know what region they're in. So you Google that company name and that office in whatever region, and you call the front desk and you ask for that person by name. And you don't get screened because you're asking for a specific person, and you talk to these people. And I mean, what could be easier than this? I don't understand. Like, if you don't have leads, like how could you live in today's world and feel like you never had fresh leads to call on? I mean, there's 500 million people here. And you can just search and sort to your heart's desire. It's incredible. So, that's what the advanced search is. And then when you talk to them, bring up golden nuggets. We call them golden nuggets, right? Like, those are random pieces of information that a stranger wouldn't normally know. Well, somebody's LinkedIn profile is loaded with golden nuggets, right? It tells you where they went to college, what they're interested in, what nonprofits they're involved with, past companies they have worked for, who they know. I mean, all sorts of stuff. A lot of times you can see what books they've read. They have videos. You can look at their news feed and see all the things they're commenting on. And you can bring that up in a conversation, like instant rapport builder. You already know what these people are interested in. So that's the advanced search. Also, little ninja tip is you can save those searches and have LinkedIn automatically email you. So when you run a search, like I'll just run one here live, Vice President of Sales, and then LinkedIn will come out and it says there's 826,000 people on LinkedIn called Vice President of Sales. Over in the top right, it says Save Search. And when I click on Save Search, it will say, how often do you want to have this search emailed to you? And it's like, every week, email me all the new people. I mean, are you crazy? That is so crazy. It will email you a fresh list of people to call on in your area. Mind-boggling. Just absolutely mind-boggling. All right, then the fifth thing, and the probably my favorite way to make money on LinkedIn, is the referral hit list. And the referral hit list is almost like the inverse of what we just did with the advanced search. Advanced search is casting a wide net and just seeing who's out there that fits a criteria. The referral hit list is, instead of casting a wide net, that's going through one person. And so you're going to what you do is you look up who is your biggest fan, who is your best customer, who's the person that loves you. And you go to their profile and you click on their connections and you just scroll through their connections and see who they know that you would like to meet. Because when you usually ask for referrals, people they either say this, they go, I wouldn't feel comfortable giving out anybody names. Or they would say, I don't know anybody, or I can't think of anybody. Or they say, let me think about it and I'll get back to you. How many of those people ever get back to you? Less than zero. Never, right? They never get back to you. But here, you can go on their profile, look at everyone they're connected to, and you come to them with a list. And you say, hey, Bob, I was surfing around on LinkedIn the other day. I noticed you're connected to these people. How do you know so-and-so? I've never heard them, they don't say, I don't feel comfortable giving out their name. You already have their name, right? They don't have to think about who they know. You're already telling them who they know. I mean, this is unbelievable. It's like magic. And I just, I hope you get inspired, because every time I dig into this more and more, it's just like, it is so wild what a powerful tool. If you are in any kind of sales or your own business, or business development at all, for any type of job, any type of sales, this is the magic. So get involved, get in LinkedIn, get your profile updated, pay attention. And, discipline yourself and set aside a certain amount of time to go in here, get referrals, and then get on the phone and call these people or call the people you know and get referrals and make it happen. But pay attention to the people who are paying attention to you and work through the people that you already know. this is a way to facilitate that. So I hope you experience a mindset of abundance when it comes to leads, that there are so many people out there and you have instant access to them. And the thing to always remember, right? Like when we think about sales and we think about selling, we always think about, oh my gosh, like I've had such a hard time. I haven't been able to get a hold of anybody. I've been getting rejected. Like this, this isn't fun. Or I've been dealing with cancellations or whatever, right? Just the stuff you deal with. And the thing I want to invite you to think about is just to realize there's people out there who need you more than you need them. They need your service more than you need them to buy. There's people out there, and here they are just waiting with their face and their picture and their contact information and everything they're interested in, just waiting to be touched and connected with by you. And if you can just stay connected with that idea and know that they need you more than you need them, and just go find those people, I think you're going to experience greatness. You will definitely elevate your sales, we like to say at Southwestern Consulting. So that's it for Making Money with LinkedIn, and that is a wrap on 2016. For those of you that follow as these posts come out, thank you so much for being here, for listening. I hope you continue to get amazing value from our guests and the ideas that we're sharing on this show. 2017 is going to be amazing. We're getting bigger and bigger guests and better stories, and we're sharing with you the best of what we can to help you grow your business right here on the Action Catalyst podcast from Southwestern Consulting. That's all for now. Have a great New Year's, and we'll talk to you in 2017. Well, that about wraps up the Action Catalyst podcast for this week. If you haven't yet, please log in to whatever your favorite medium is to listen to the show, and both rate this podcast and leave a comment, as that helps new prospective listeners determine if the show's really a good fit for them.
If you enjoy this podcast, please make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and screenshot this episode to share with your friends on social media. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Action Catalyst, and subscribe to our video podcast on YouTube. Thanks for listening.